Hello, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to cover the part 4 for the catalog flashback series for President's Day Sale 2018 on Roblox. So yeah, let's start in. So basically this series is a series where I go over a past catalog update or event that happened in the past, and I'm going to go over it just for nostalgic reasons. And I think it's a nice way to look back at different catalog events that happened in the past. And so far I've been going over President's Day Sale 2018. I went over the first 3 days, and now I'll be going over the last day and the aftermath of the sale. And I do want to start off by saying that I did initially miss an item right over here, the fallen Artemis Bow. It did end up returning on one of the first 3 days that we did end up going over. However, the notifier did not make a notification for this item, so I did miss it, but I did return for 2,500 Robux or a few short hours, and then it did end up going off sale later at the end of the sale. And it's a really nice looking gear. It looks pretty fun when you do wear it. It has these giant wings and a bow, but unfortunately, like most gears, they are pretty forgotten now, but this is a pretty cool one to return at that time. So right over here, last time we left off with the shoulder items going off sale and Emerald Crystal Circlet going off sale. So right over here on the final day, right over here, we got a new package. This was a promotional package that they did release for some Xbox promotion, and right over here you can still see in the description it says exclusive on Xbox One. However, you can get it now on any device and any platform. Then shortly after that, we can see that the Duke of the Fallen Federation timer actually ended up running out. So right over here, after the 12 hours ended, it ended up getting 113 out of 500 sales. So like before, it's pretty similar in sale count, very close to 100, so it wasn't too big of a deal, but people did not really like that. It had a long timer and a high stock. And right after that, we did actually get the Violet Valkyrie item, and this was a pretty controversial one when it first released, as it was a 50,000 Robux item with no timer, no limited label, no nothing. It was just a regular item, and people still love it now. You can see it has over 400,000 favorites, so it's definitely a fan favorite item. People love it. You can see many people wearing this item today, but just at that time when it first released, people were very concerned that they were going to spend their money on an item and nothing would happen to it. And nothing still has happened to it, but it has become a pretty iconic item on the catalog today. And after that, we did get the release of the Cerulean Cat's Eye Cloak, which is a retexture of the limited Overseer hooded cloak right over here. The Cerulean one is based after the Cerulean Cat's Eye toy code, which I think is pretty cool that they actually made a regular item that's on sale for Robux based off of a toy code, which is pretty fun. And you can still get this one today. It looks pretty nice as well. And then right over there, we did see that the Agonizingly White Bucket of Doom did end up going off sale, so if you're able to get that, that was a pretty cool collectible. Right before that, we did get the new Disco Ball head right over here for 250, and it looks pretty fun. It was discounted quite a few times recently, so Roblox still definitely has their eye on it, but it's definitely a nice looking item. 25,000 favorites, so people still do love it. And then right above that, we did get a new gear, the Tiny Elephant for 250 Robux over there. It's still on sale and it looks pretty cute. It's basically just a tiny elephant, and once again, as gears aren't really that popular anymore, you probably won't be able to find this one too much. Then another new item right over here, the Giant Ice Bow. This is a pretty interesting one. It was another random gear that released on this day. This one's pretty forgotten. As you can see, it barely has over 1,000 favorites, but it still does look pretty nice. You can definitely make a nice little outfit with this one. So next up over here, we definitely have a pretty controversial one, which is the Golden Dreams Convertible right over here. As you can see, released for a 5,000 price and a timer of 1 day. And when you go to the item right over here, it is just a golden car gear, so it doesn't look too special, but it did end up getting not too many sales, so it is pretty rare. At the time when I was participating in the sale, I was actually tossing between getting this one and the blue top hat, and I ended up getting the blue top hat as I thought that would end up going limited. Neither have gone limited. I probably would have chosen this because I like rarer items more. Still, it's a nice looking item, and if you're able to get it, you definitely have a very rare item, but unfortunately it's very forgotten today. But if it were to go limited, it would do really well. And then right after that, the Duke's Blade did go off sale once again, so this is also a day where a lot of the items that were on timers do end up going off sale. And then right after that, we did get the face wave, and usually one of the last few waves on the Monday of the sale are just a bunch of face releases, limited faces, and usually it's a new series with 3 faces in that series and a retexture or just a random limited to go along with that. And we got the Mermaid Princess series, which is the series of 3 faces, and we did get the retexture, which is the blue rockstar smiles right over here. The price was 1,000 and it had a sale count of 2,000 that face. As you can see, this is just a retexture of the red version of this. It was originally 1,000 price, 2,000 stock, and right now you can see it goes over at 10,000. So if you're able to hold on to this one 4 years later, you're able to profit a very good amount. And all limited faces generally now are doing extremely well, so if you're able to hang on to any limited face back then, it has definitely profited from that point. We did get the release of a new face, which wasn't limited, but just a new face. It's Overjoyed Smile. This one's pretty cool as well. It's 100 Robux, and you can see this one definitely around a couple of games. Many people do like wearing this one, so it's a nice looking regular face that they did release. And right over here, we had the Mermaid Princess series, and even though this one was 50 Robux and 10,000 stock, it has definitely done almost double the amount that the Rockstar Smile actually ended up making. So if you're able to get this series, it was definitely the most profitable for you. It's 25,000 Robux currently, and it looks pretty nice as well. As you can see, the start is just an uphill climb time right over here, so definitely in the future these have a pretty high chance of doing better. And this one was the second most expensive and the second rarest, 100 price, 5,000 stock, and it's doing a bit worse than pink. I think that many people like the pink one more in terms of looks, but they still are almost the same in terms of pricing right over here. And finally, the rarest and the most expensive at the start was the teal mermaid queen. It was originally 500 and it had a stock up to 1,000, so this one was obviously going to do the best, and it looks pretty nice. It's almost 40,000 Robux, so that's definitely a huge increase from the original starting point right over there. It's definitely a great limit to hold on to, as I can definitely see this one going higher later on. And right over there, after the face wave, they did actually release another little item right over here, the corrupted future cone. There is a blue version of this as well, and this is a pretty fun take on the traffic cone series. It's 250 Robux, which I think is a pretty fair price for this item, and it's still available today, so if you do not have the original traffic cone, you can still get this cool variant. And then that it did end up the 4th day right over here. The following day we just got a free item or a sponsor, and then the other items did end up going off sale. However, there was another wave that did occur in the sale that the notifiers didn't really notify about, but Roblox did actually end up tweeting about this one. You can see it says, "Charm and distinction have never been more affordable. Pick up the fedora that's right for you before the President's sale ends." And if you look in the image right over here, we do have the friendly fedora, the checkered fedora, bombastic fedora, and siren leopard fedora right over here. So the two on the right did get discounted, and the two on the left came back on sale. So right over here, the bombastic one, this is an item that came back for many different events, different sales, different just regular weekends. It's a pretty common returning item. Unfortunately, now with the release of UGC, we don't see this item or any item in general return other than with gift cards. But this was a pretty cool one to have returned for this sale. And bombastic items are just nice in general. This one was discounted, pretty cool fedora. It's a nice color combination, and you can definitely see people wearing this one still. So once again, another pretty expensive one, but they were able to discount it for a pretty good price, so that was pretty nice. And finally, friendly fedora. This one's pretty loved. Many people do enjoy this one. It is kind of like the counterpart to the sinister fedora, which is a limited item, and many people wanted this one to go limited for a very long time. Unfortunately, it has not gone limited. It's a nice collectible if you're able to cut it. I'm pretty sure it returned for about 1,000 Robux and it was available for a few hours before going off sale. So if you're able to get it for that time, that was a pretty good purchase. And right over here, as I mentioned before, the donut hat did go off sale instead of going up in price as expected. So this is a pretty surprising event, as it did not have a timer on it, but it did end up returning some point in the future for those that missed it the first time. And right over here, as you can see, the shoulder items did go back on sale right over here. They were actually off sale for just a few hours before they did go back on sale. Right over here, these were kind of the only notifications we got of those items, the fallen Artemis Bow and the fedora wave right over here. We only got the off sale notifications from this. And then right over here, it ended with the Golden Dreams convertible going off sale. And I think it did end up going around 76 sales, so it's an extremely rare item, and you probably won't be able to find it around much in the modern day. But yeah, that was the 4 days of the President's Day sale 2018. I think this was one of my favorite sales that Roblox did that I was able to participate in. I thought it was a really fun time joining streams. It's sad that they don't do sales anymore, but we do have UGC and they release a lot of items every day. So if you want me to continue this series, please let me know on other events that you might want me to go over. I'd be happy to go over them in the future. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.